everyone, and welcome back to another video on my channel. I hope you're having an awesome day. So before I get into today's creator sim, I just wanted to say a massive thank you for over 600 subscribers. I checked my sub count yesterday and I was honestly so shocked. It's a big milestone for me. Every 100 subscribers I get, 300, 400, 500, now 600 subscribers means so much to me. And yeah, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to any of you guys who are subscribed to my channel, or even if you are here now just simply watching this video. Any support in any way honestly means the world to me, so yeah, thank you so much. But anyway, today I am in The Sims 4 and I am doing a video I wanted to do around Halloween last year but never got around to doing. But we're here a year later, finally, and today we're going to be making the Monster High dolls as Sims. So I was originally going to do them all as separate videos, but I was struggling to make a thumbnail. I made Draculaura, who you can see me making now, and I was trying to make a pretty thumbnail, but it just wasn't really looking that good. And I thought to myself, if I can't even make one thumbnail that looks good, how am I going to make 5? So I decided to do a couple of the Monster High dolls at a time. So I'm going to be making the original 5 Monster High dolls. In this video I'm making Draculaura, Clawdeen Wolf and Cleo De Nile. And in the next video, which I'll probably do sometime before Halloween, hopefully, I'm going to make Frankie, Stein and Lagoona Blue. So, if you don't know who the Monster High dolls are, they are basically like Barbie dolls and Bratz dolls, only they're all based off monsters. I know there's a show with all the characters in it, but I'll be honest, the Monster High dolls are a little bit after my childhood. I feel like they had just come out as I was getting a little bit too old for dolls and things. I actually discovered them on TikTok. I'm sorry, I swear I can't go a video without talking about TikTok at some point. But yeah, I definitely saw some Monster High cosplays on there and they all got me really inspired to make them in The Sims. But yeah, quick sort of disclaimer I guess, I'm not trying to recreate the Monster High dolls exactly as they are, so like not in a cartoony way, but more in my Sim style. Yeah, so I want them to look like my Sims, but hopefully you can still tell they are heavily inspired by the Monster High dolls. And yeah, hopefully you guys will really like them. So first I am making Draculaura. I'm sorry, I can't not pronounce her name like that since I've seen clips of the show. They all have very interesting accents. But yeah, Draculaura is Dracula's adopted daughter. So I feel like I should give a little background information on her from what I've read. So, if I remember correctly, her biological father died in a battle, leaving Draculaura and her mum homeless. Then Draculaura's mum became a housekeeper for Dracula and they lived and found shelter with him. However, both Dracula and her mum fell ill and the mum died, but Dracula managed to save Draculaura by turning her into a vampire, making her immortal. She was raised by Dracula at the vampire court and was friends with another vampire called Elizabeth, who is also a vampire. She spent a lot of her time growing up attending balls and being pampered, but eventually her and Dracula had to flee their home in Transylvania, I think, because of angry villagers, and then they moved to America. Draculaura is sweet, energetic and friendly, but she can also be a bit childish and a bit of a gossip. She is also a vegetarian, so she doesn't eat meat or drink blood. I know she also has vampire powers and can transform herself into a bat. She can levitate and she can also hang from different surfaces. Yeah, so I gave her the outgoing and childish traits because I feel like that suits her personality, and I also read that she's a pretty good writer and storyteller, so I gave her the writer aspiration. But yeah, you will notice that I spend a lot of time fiddling around with the Sims faces, especially Draculaura and Clawdeen, as they both took a while to look how I wanted them to look. Tried to cut as much as I could out of the video, but a lot of it is just me pulling their faces around and trying to work out which presets to use, because I've recently downloaded a lot of new eye, nose and eyebrow presets. I'm really loving using them because the presets we have in game just get a little bit boring after a while and I always end up using the same ones over and over again. But yeah, I really like spending a lot of time on my Sims and I'm happy with how they all turned out. And also I'm so glad that Simondy, who is a CC creator, makes hairs like this, because this hair is just perfect for Draculaura. It's literally exactly the same. I love it. And yeah, you can also see that I have added little pictures of the dolls on the screen so you can see who I'm making. It's really hard to find CC clothing that matches what the dolls actually wear, so a lot of the outfits I give them are just outfits that look similar or have the same kind of vibe. I really wanted to give Draculaura a frilly blouse and a skirt, but I didn't have anything like that, so I sort of just chose a dress that matched her style and had colours on it that she likes to wear. She's kind of gothic because she's a vampire, but she also likes pink and likes to be a little bit more colourful. So yeah, I thought that dress suited her really well. I also went out of game and I found some paperclip earrings because those are what she usually wears, but I did really like the scissor earrings as well. I think they look really cool. But yeah, anyway, we are already on to Clawdeen Wolf, so again, I will give you a little bit of a backstory to her. She is a werewolf from a large family or pack of wolves. She goes to Monster High with all the other monsters. She is very fashionable, she's a fast runner, and she's very competitive. She is best friends with Draculaura, who is also dating her brother, and she happens to go a bit crazy when there is a full moon. I gave her the active and self-assured traits because, as I said, she's very sporty and confident. She also likes to craft things and make things, so I gave her the crafter aspiration, as I feel like if I was playing with her in The Sims, she would probably be a style influencer and design and make lots of clothes. Well, actually, the Monster High dolls are all teenagers, so I guess when she grows up and becomes a young adult, then she would be interested in a career in fashion. Yeah, but anyway, as I already said, I do spend a long time tweaking and pulling her face about, but my Sims always like come together when I start picking their hair and putting some makeup on them, and I feel like that's what happened with Clawdeen. She sort of just came together as soon as I put her hair and makeup on. And yeah, I think she turned out super pretty. I actually like the way they all turned out. I haven't started making Frankie, Stein or Lagoona Blue yet, but I'm really excited to start them. I've already downloaded a lot of new custom content to make them, as I don't have many unnatural skin tones in my game. If you don't know, Frankie Stein has green skin and Lagoona has blue skin. So yeah, I've downloaded a lot more CC and I'll hopefully have another video for them up soon. And speaking of other videos, I was thinking, and I don't know when I'm going to do this, but I kind of want to do a Harry Potter creator sim video, but I've kind of put off doing it just because, and this is going to sound like blasphemy to some people, I don't know if we want to cover your ears, but I'm not that into Harry Potter. Harry Potter fans, please don't dislike this video. I know it's blasphemy, it's like saying Voldemort or something. It's just wrong, I know. But yeah, I know what you guys are thinking. Why am I even thinking about doing a Harry Potter video when I don't really like the movies that much? Well, I kind of do like the movies. I've seen most of them, but they all kind of like blend into one for me. I'm like more into sci-fi and Marvel films, and I like romantic comedies and romance films, but fantasy isn't really my thing. However, I do really like the vibe and aesthetic of Harry Potter. And I also really like the houses, and I was thinking of doing a creator sim where I make sims inspired by the different houses. I don't know, I feel like a lot of you guys would be interested in that because most people I meet are absolutely love Harry Potter, and I don't know, I just thought it might seem kind of strange if I make a Harry Potter style video when I don't really like the movies that much. I did really like Fantastic Beasts though, but I think that was because I really like Eddie Redmayne. I just think he's adorable. But yeah, let me know what you think about that in the comments if you're interested in a Sims as Hogwarts houses video. I still really want to do it, but as I said, I've kind of been putting it off. But yeah, anyway, back to this creator sim. I am already on to Clawdeen's clothing. I tried to give her some fur because she wears this jacket, which you can see in the picture, that has fur on it, but didn't really have anything like that. So I ended up going with a denim jacket with some kind of purple fur on the sleeves, which you'll see as her outfit comes together. I did try, and I did this off camera, but I was going to give her actual fur because I have a skin overlay that gives your Sims fur, but it didn't really look that good. And I mean, as well, Clawdeen doesn't really have fur anyway, but I thought it might have been like a cool feature because she is a wolf. I was really lucky, however, to find these ears with the rings, which are pretty much like exactly what she has on her head. So yeah, I was really glad to find those. I do also change her choker because it was the same one I gave Draculaura, and I don't know how I didn't notice that, but I ended up giving her a choker with a little moon on it, which I thought was quite fitting since wolves are associated with the moon. And yeah, I thought it suited her character. And yeah, I will probably be uploading these Sims to Tumblr at some point, so if you want to have them in your game, they will be there once I've figured out exactly how to do that. I'm sure it'll be pretty easy, but obviously I will have to go through and find links to all the CC I've used, which will probably take a while. So yeah, bear with me on that. I'll also probably delete a lot of Sims on my gallery, not the ones without CC, but ones that do contain custom content, so that hopefully I'll have all my CC Sims in one place over on my Tumblr at some point. But yeah, now we are on to the third and final Monster High doll this video, Cleo De Nile, who actually might be my favourite, I'm still not sure. But yeah, a little background information on Cleo. She is daughter of the mummies and is Egyptian royalty. She was a princess of Egypt for like over 5,000 years, where she lived with her father and her older sister Nephira, who is next in line to become queen. Because of this, she's always had a turbulent relationship with her sister. They both see each other as rivals, and Nephira is always trying to sabotage any successes Cleo might have. Cleo is actually very popular though at Monster High. She was elected for captain of the cheerleading squad, which I'm pretty sure is cheerleading but in monster talk. She is royal and expects everyone to treat her like royalty. She can be selfish and arrogant, but deep down she's actually very caring and kind. She enjoys being fed grapes and loves ruling the halls of Monster High and hates when people disobey her. She has special abilities like a lot of the other monsters, which include being able to break glass with her scream, and she also has the ability to charm snakes. She also has a boyfriend called Deuce Gorgon, who is one of the male dolls, and I've been thinking it could be quite interesting to make him and some of the other male characters. Obviously, male Sims aren't my usual go-to when it comes to creator Sims, but I actually really want to get better at making male Sims, so I'm willing to give them a go if you guys are interested in seeing me make some of them. But yeah, so as for Cleo's traits, I made her self-absorbed and materialistic, and I gave her the Mansion Baron aspiration because she wants nothing more than to have a big kingdom that she can rule over. So yeah, Cleo came together very easily. I actually had a drawing of Cleopatra up on my phone, and I used that to create Cleo's features, and then I used the image you can see on the screen to choose her clothes, her hair and her makeup. I actually knew I was going to use this hair before I even started making her because it's the closest thing I could find to the hair she has. I also have some highlights in my game which aren't necessarily meant for this hair, but sometimes I test them out on random hairs to see if they work, and they actually work pretty well. The back of her hair is a little bit questionable, I'll be honest. The highlights are a little bit all over the place, but we don't need to see her from the back. We just pretend it works, okay? As for her accessories, I went with a lot of gold because she has expensive taste, and she likes wearing a lot of gold and a lot of jewelry. I love these scorpion earrings. If I had some gold snake earrings, maybe they would have been a little bit better, but I still think they look really good, and I feel like she definitely wears something like them. She's also a mummy, so I gave her a lot of these bandages, which you will see in a second. Some of them, there's one wrapped around her hand, is from Discover University, which is also pretty nice. And yeah, I spent ages picking out clothes, but I cut a lot of it out and I just ended up going with a blue dress, and I also took off the gold tattoos I put on her back because I thought they looked good, but they kind of clipped with the bandages, so I had to get rid of them. But yeah, that is Cleo. I'm really happy with her and I hope you guys will like her too. Feel free to let me know in the comments who was your favourite recreation. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the video now. I have to go and take some screenshots of these guys, which you will see in the outro. Haven't got that much time, but we'll see how many I get done. Again, I will be making Frankie, Stein and Lagoona Blue in my next video, so stay tuned for that. If you want to get notified when that video comes out, you can feel free to subscribe to my channel to see when that video is out and all of my other videos in the future. As I said at the beginning, thank you guys so much for 600 subscribers. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will hopefully see you guys next time.